On this episode of Republicans Don't Actually Care About American Democracy, I bring you a coup in Minnesota. And it all starts with this man, Curtis Johnson. Curtis won his election back in November for Minnesota House District 40B. And by winning that election, he split Minnesota's House of Representatives in half, with the Democrats and Republicans both getting 67 seats. So what's the problem? If you don't know, you have to live in the district that you represent, which Curtis actually did until the most recent census moved the part of his city from one district to another. Curtis says that he and his family thought about purchasing a new home in the new district but decided to rent while they continued their search, because we all know how difficult it is to buy a house right now. All the while, Curtis won the election for the district that he used to live in. Of course, that decision was challenged by his opponent. Curtis backed out, denied, said, you know what, I don't live there. I understand that it's moved. I'm going to do my best to follow the rules, and he backed out. So instead of Minnesota having the 67-67 House split that they voted for, the GOP now has a 1-seat majority. Which brings us back to our top story. How is there a coup going on in Minnesota? Well, in order for the House to come into what's called a quorum, to come into session basically, you have to have 68 members of the House there. The Republicans only have 67. So all of the Democrats say, you know what? We're just not going to show up. And since you don't have the 68 members to actually do business, we have to come to the negotiating table to figure out how we're going to run our government together in a manner that works to how Minnesotans actually voted, which was, again, 67-67. The Republicans, no. They didn't like that. They said, we don't actually need 68 people. Yes, they do. We don't actually need 68 people. And they ran the House session with just a 67. None of that actually matters because they're not in quorum. Republicans did it anyways. They voted on a Speaker of the House, a Republican Speaker on the House, even though, again, they're not actually in session, so none of this actually matters. And yes, the Democratic leadership in the state understands that people are going to be upset with the Democrats. They understand that people are going to be upset with the Republicans as well, because at the end of the day, the people just want to be heard. Now the Minnesota Supreme Court has this case, and we'll see. If you want to see an update, obviously TikTok is going away in the US, so you can follow me everywhere, basically. Imperfect Voice, LG, all the places. You know, I'll be there. Catch you soon.